It seems like most of the literature out there about narcissistic abuse in relationships kind of equates leaving with healing. And if you've ever been a part of the survivor community or a support group, you will know that there are a great number of partners of narcissistic people who stay in the relationship. And they may talk about it a lot, their pain and the things that they've endured, but they have no plan to leave. Of course, as soon as I hit record, my dog decided he needed to go number 2 and I had to pick it up. Anyway, survivors who are still with their narcissistic partner often hear things like, why don't you just leave? And, you know, if you're staying, then you're allowing it. And you teach people how to treat you and all those things that can hit really hard when somebody is standing outside of the situation and they don't understand all of the very valid reasons why someone might stay. I almost got a soccer ball hit on me. Hold on. All right, hopefully I can focus now. I am writing a second edition of the first book that I published last year because I realized that my current draft that I published does not appropriately consider that demographic. And I feel like a lot of the people that are staying and have no plan to leave feel like they're shoved into a person I know worded it like a corner of shame and self-loathing, because it's, you know, often projected as a failure of strength to still be in a relationship. And I want to be clear that when I'm writing about this, I am writing with two extremely hard boundaries around the context of what I'm saying. One being that none of this applies if there is even a threat of physical violence, or if fear is being used to control you, if your fear is being used to control you. Those are predictors of danger, and in those cases, you need to get the counsel of a professional. My book is not enough to help you through that. Like, you need somebody that you can talk to and explain the nuances and details of your specific unique situation. You don't need just a book for that. If those are not in the picture, two of the things that I'm saying in my chapter, my new draft that I'm working on right now, is that harm exists on a spectrum, and so does what is considered livable, and that is based on the individual. You can't flatten every relationship with a narcissistic person down, because narcissism exists on a spectrum. So the harm that you might be experiencing at the hands of a narcissistic person will be on a spectrum. And also, everybody's different, and what one person can't take another second of, somebody else might be able to hang with for a little while longer, until they finish their degree, or until the kids get a little older, or whatever the reason is that they've decided, of all of the options in front of them, with 1,000 different factors that are in the mix, that staying for now is the best option. And that is a valid option. It is not more brave or less brave than leaving. I am making no judgment of which decision a person should make, and I'm not trying to steer anybody in either direction. That is a very personal decision. The point is, if you are eyes wide open, if you do not expect this person to get any better than they are right now, if you're holding on to your decision loosely so that if they get worse, you're willing to reconsider your options, then that's your business. That's your choice. And my book is going to write to the people who stay. There are a lot of them. And we might get a false sense of how many people actually got the strength to leave, because of the people who are no longer with their abuser, not all of them are the one that left. A lot of times it was the abuser who left them. And then among those people, some of them may just kind of keep it quiet. Like, if you make the assumption that they left their abuser, they might not want to correct you. And I understand that. Like, that's a dignity thing. People who've been subjected to narcissistic abuse have been robbed of dignity enough. Second edition of my book is still in the works. It's going to be under a new title. It'll be the first book in my series. There's a word for that. The second book in the series is available now, and also if you're looking for something to do with a book group or a support group, I've also written a reader's companion, and this video is long enough.